Hiya. Welcome to LSB Feasters radio channel, where we keep great radio from the past alive. Today we're going to Philadelphia and 105.3 WDAS-FM. In 1971, 105.3 WDAS changed from its progressive rock format over to a progressive R&B format. Station played a mix of album R&B cuts, funk, and soul. They called the format Black Rock. And one of the jocks from the progressive rock days actually stayed with the station and became its music director and host of its Oldies show. I'm talking about Harvey Holiday. Harvey spent about 18 years with WDAS before moving across town to Oldies 102 for a while, and then spent the next 29 years playing oldies at 98 WOGL in Philadelphia. He retired back in 2018. Also on this tape, you will hear Holiday with his friend and guest, Joey Reynolds. Joey is a legendary jock who spent, time on the air on just about every radio station known to man. Just to name a couple, WKBW, WIBG, WFIL, WNBC, WQAM, but I don't want to make this video too long. Joey's just hanging out with Harvey and having a good time. Now, I got to tell you up front, the quality of this rare audio is not great. It's less than perfect, but I thought it was worth sharing anyway to hear these two legends of radio on the air together. Got to thank my friend Alan Tolz up in Boston for this audio. Thank you, Alan. All right, if you like what you hear, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel too if you like, and hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever we post anything new. All right, let's go back to 1974 with Harvey Holiday and Joey Reynolds on 105.3 WDAS-FM Philadelphia.
And Sundays, and we'll flip for Saturday. But I drove this thing, this big expensive lease car, which incidentally in Hollywood, they say in Buffalo, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. In Hollywood, if you don't like the person, wait 13 weeks, I always said. But I was driving this Mercedes, see, and Rona says I should have my name put on the side, and I said I can hardly imagine spending $15,000 for a car and have everyone think I drive a Ford. And she said, well, use the Reynolds gimmick then. So I decided to monogram my name on the side of the car, and I do have that. I don't have the car anymore. Somebody's driving the Reynolds Mercedes around Hollywood. Are you still there? Are you there?
Hello? That's all I wanted to find out.
Oh, all right, well, good.
No. Can you play in Buffalo?
The Four Seasons? Can we play the theme song by the Four Seasons? Do you have it here?
Joey Reynolds, the theme song.
Yeah, all right. We'll get it on for you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Hiya. I almost said 11.7. That's the station we have in New Jersey. Who's this?
Very upset that you put down David Bowie.
You were very upset that I put down David Bowie. That's on one of the comedy cuts from the album. And the David Bowie line is no reflection on the gay community. Please do not have a homophiliac attempt at suicide.
Well, I want to make sure you're there.
You didn't understand a word I said, because I don't.
What?
What is this?
I want to make sure you're at all the Bowie shows. He's coming tomorrow night.
David Bowie's going to be in town tomorrow night?
I haven't interrupted you all night.
What?
I haven't interrupted you all night, but David Bowie is not a good subject for this show, because 9 out of 10 of my listeners don't know who he is, and he's a new act. When he's old act, you can call back, and then you can talk about it.
Oh, I see. Well, I see that this is a... Thank you. David Bowie.
I know who that is.
David Bowie was best friends with Daniel Boone, for those of you who think he left in the dark. Hi there. Hiya.
Hiya.
Who's this?
How you doing?
Who's this?
This is Jerry.
Jerry from where?
Philly. Northeast Philly.
Hi, Jerry from Northeast Philly.
Sports Joey.
What's on your sports mind, Jerry?
Well, I like to talk to Joey Reynolds about radio.
I'm Jerry Reynolds. You can talk to me about radio, but I'd like to talk to you about sports.
Oh, you can talk to me about sports you want.
Yeah, you know any girls? All right, what is it?
Well, I like to ask you, do you think it's good? It's good. You talked a couple months ago. Do you think it's good to have two names in radio? Like your real name, of course, you don't use, but your other name. It's good to have. It's good to have that in radio, isn't it? Or do you think it's better to just have your real name regardless?
What? This is like Professor Corey. The worst part of eternity. What the hell did he say?
I said,
I know what you said. Yeah, it's all right to have.
He's always an answer behind the question.
He was an answer behind the
question. He's on all my TV first.
Oh, I see. All right.
But always an answer.
Sports Jerry is his name, right?
He's a CAU regular.
I see. A CAU regular. What is that? Is that a shirt size?
Yeah.
Listen, Sports Jerry.
Yeah.
I am Joey Reynolds, irregular, and I'm come to you via FM from WDAS. FM.
Yes, FM, I know.
Yeah, right. I wanted to make it current, This is FM. This is a radio you can pick up if you live under a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do live on a brick.
Oh, good. Well, then you can get the station real good. I just wanted you to know that.
But,
what is it, Jerry? I mean, let's get to the point. What is the point, Jerry?
I thought it is better. I guess it's better in some cases to have your real name, but it's also better to have your radio.
Well, it's better to have your real name. I mean, I have a name like Joey Reynolds is a name that was given to me by the people who own the radio station because they didn't want to be known as having an Italian on the air. You know.
Yeah.
They don't want anybody named Pinto in a Polish city like Buffalo. Can you imagine Pinto of Buffalo? I mean, that doesn't sound very Warsaw-like. So they didn't want to. They wanted to give me a generic name, and they gave me the name Reynolds. That's okay, isn't it? I mean, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth.
It's a good name for Radio Reynolds.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, it's held up through the years. I mean, I've changed. I don't know about normal. I don't try to be normal. That's boring. Normal means average. Who wants to be average? Look at your average clod.
You're normal but wild.
Well, I have a flamingo on my lawn. That's as normal as I get. But I don't believe in normalcy. I have a touch of I'm a neurotic, is what I am. Actually, I'm Catholic, if you want to know the truth. Right?
Because I heard you a lot of times in there, and I seem to like your act.
Oh, well, thank you, Jerry. I like your act, too, and I'm glad you are smart enough and wise enough to relegate it to the phones.
I know how to use the phone.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe one day all will chant when we have touch tones.
What's that?
Yes, I mean, one day we'll all have touch tones. You know, in Connecticut, they now call the phone directory the Book of Names, and they have very famous names. Honor of 76, which is the upcoming bisexual centennial they're going to have in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know.
And in the Book of Names, they have Andrew Jackson, George Washington, all the famous people, you know.
Yeah, they're going to have a big time over here,
Frank Rizzo. But that's the way it is with the Book of Names, you know. Thank you, Jerry. It's been a pleasure talking to me tonight.
Well,
bye, Joe. And thank you, Jerry, for putting you on.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure for me to have the chance to talk to you.
Okay, Jerry. Keep your act up now. I hope you get touch tones.
Okay, well.
All right. Bye, my man. You're the type of guy, you know, you don't want to wish him any bad. I just hope his diving finger breaks. Hiya.
Hi.
Who's this?
Kevin.
Bye, Kevin. Hiya.
Hi, Harvey.
Who's this? No, it's not Harvey. This is Joey.
Joey?
Yeah.
My name's Felicia.
Hi, Felicia. I'm the new kid on the block. Please don't be indignant. I'm only here for a short time. I may never pass this way again.
Will you play a record for me?
I'd be glad to play a record for you, but not here tonight. I'll play when I get home. What do you want to hear?
Mary Wells.
Mary Lee Wells. Oh, Mary Wells. Mary Wells. So she's the one who quit Motown, you know. Mary Wells quit Motown because she wanted to go out on her own. She felt that she didn't want to give Berry Gordy, who owned the company at the time exclusively, all of her money. She had the opportunity then to ride the crest of My Guy and go on to another big hit, which she took advantage of, but she kept her can in the, she kept her music in the can. And I was going to say she could have kept her can in the music. It would have been a lot better. But she moved it to New York, where she went on her own, see, and she bombed on 20th Century Fox Records because at that time they spent $40 million on a motion picture called Cleopatra. And they were overextended, no bank would loan them money, and they had to suck all the money out of their record company. And Mary Wells got sucked down with the rest of them. So that was the end of her. And you still want to hear Mary Wells now?
Yes.
All right. Can we take your name and put it in the Losers Club?
Okay. When are you coming back to DAS?
I'm not coming back to DAS. I've never been here once. I'm Louise Bishop in drag. Question is, when am I coming back? The question is, when are you going to arrive? Felicia,
yes.
Where do you live, baby?
West.
You don't mind if I call you Mama, because that's hip.
Okay.
All right, mother's only half a word anyway. All right, Mama.
I'm not a mama.
I know you ain't. You're a mother. Where do you live, Felicia?
On Brown Street, West Philly.
Most people don't know I'm a soul brother. You know, I sound white and I am black. It's the other way around with other people, like, take Butterball, for instance.
You are?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh, yeah. I was the last Italian. Well, thank you very much, Felicia.
Okay, bye-bye.
You've been fun. You're really neat.
Okay.
Will you call me again in some city?
I will.
Okay, just ask your basic operator for Joey Reynolds instructions.
Joey Reynolds instructions?
Yeah, there's an enterprise number for me. Dial 800.
What do you instruct?
JOEREYNOLDSMOUSE. That's all you get me on the phone that way.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. I instruct, actually, I'm doing some high karate stuff.
High karate?
Yeah. And I opened a Chinese restaurant in the Italian section of Philadelphia called Fun Brews. We have some very good food there. Okay.
You're saying them things on the radio again?
Oh, no, this is all on delay. The whole town has been put on hold. This show will be rebroadcast in 76.
76?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Felicia.
Bye.
Okay, thank you for putting me on. All right. Oh, we sound like an all-talk station without any music. We're going to play some right now. What are we going to play, Harv? Oh, I want to... can I do something for one moment? One last thing? Sure. All right. I have to explain this to listeners because, the truth of the matter is that most radio stations, 90% of their content of programming, with the exception of in the Philadelphia market, KYW, which is all news, WCAU, which is all talk, and Ma Bell, which is no action. WCAU is all talk, KYW is all talk, but most stations are 90% music. I say it's safe, conservatively 90% music. And that would, in fact, put the radio stations in the record business. But most radio stations don't know how to make records, let alone the audience know how records are made. And records are mostly made today on tape. And what I mean by that is they do not record live. They don't take 36 musicians, put them in the studio, have the singer stand there, as they used to do with Frank Sinatra and standard artists. Connie Francis, when she was one, she's a Philadelphia example. They would stand in the studio with the big orchestras behind them, roll the tapes, make stereo copies of them, and mix down and release the record after it was mastered. But now it is done differently. They put the music on one track, one of 16 or one of 24, or 2 tracks or 5 or 12, depending on how many instruments you have. If you want to separate the rhythm section, if you want to do it in a sophisticated fashion, if you want to put all of your emphasis on the mixing time rather than the recording time, there are lots of ways to go. But for the most part, records are made with the music being laid down first, and then you add the artist. Well, I was doing a recording date on hire for a brand new artist, a 42-year-old man who sounded like Lou Monte. A cross between Lou Monte and David Bowie, had 3-inch heels and wore glitter on his eyes. But he wanted to be a groupie star type. And he was an older man, but he had some good material, so I went to get the arranger named Ernie Freeman, who did all of the D. Martin things like, everybody loves somebody somehow, and when the moon hits you, I let it dig, you know, that stuff. That was Ernie Freeman doing all those arrangements. Yeah, and he did Strangers in the Night. Ernie Freeman has about 200 gold records. I went to Ernie and I said, we're going to record this guy. Well, we did, and on the end of the date, I recorded an instrumental thing, and I said, this would be perfect for Mathis. Well, around the time I recorded this, I put the music down in Johnny Mathis's keys. When I say his keys, it was done in the key of C, with a half-step modulation, if you're really into that, groupies. And I put the music down and wanted to go over to Mathis to get him to record it, and just then, he was signed by Tom Bell from Philadelphia, who is a hit record producer, has a very good reputation, and he moved Mathis out of the 50s into the 70s. One fell swoop. But I never got the opportunity to have Mathis record this, and I want to play the track for you. It's right on top there. And this is the, Sugarloaf had this record a couple of years ago. It was a million seller called Green-Eyed Lady, and the tracks, just as is, I want to play for you, is the one I played for Johnny Mathis when I went into the studio and recorded this for him. This place, here it is, Green-Eyed Lady. Never got to record that because he went with Tom Bell and did I'm Coming Home. And that was the thing I presented for him. I recorded that instrumentally. Wanted him to go into the studio and do it. Wound up recording with John Phillips, which we're not going to play for you tonight. And you don't have a copy with us. I didn't come here to hype that. Hiya, hiya. Who do we have on two-way radio tonight?
Hello?
No, hiya, hiya.
Hiya, hiya.
Who's this?
This is Carissa.
Hi, Carissa. Is that K or T? T as in Tom.
It's a Q.
Oh, Q.
Uh-huh.
Carissa?
Curisa.
Curisa.
Right.
That's a very strange name.
I know, it's Latin American name.
I see. Where are you from?
I'm from Southwest Philly.
From Southwest Philly? That's like Latin America, ain't it? At least you hang your laundry out and it comes in different colors after it's dried. I don't know if that's a tropic climate or not. Anyway, this is Harvey Holiday's show on WDAS-FM stereo without Harvey Holiday.
Uh-huh.
He's standing behind me. He's filing his oldies.
I know. Could I ask you something?
Sure.
I was wondering, you said you had been on the radio for now a time. I was wondering, has your style, the style introduced the records and stuff changed?
Has the style?
Now?
Yeah, the style has changed considerably because the times have changed and the people in the business have been relegated to a position of being non-personalities.
Uh-huh.
Which means disc jockeys do not give their personal opinions of records today, most of them.
Uh-huh.
So those who do it on oldies stations where they can play the records they used to play years ago when you were able to do that. But that's not my bag. I sit and tell you the truth. I tell you exactly what I think of Billy Don't Be a Hero.
Oh, wow.
I don't think...
Did you have your, did you copy anybody or did you just have your own thing? Did you do your own thing?
I would like to say that I've created myself, but I certainly have learned from everybody. I tried to learn from everybody. I have copied a few people and modeled myself after them, and unfortunately I never got to sound as good as them. One of them is Jerry Stevens, WMMR. Years ago...
Oh, you're cool.
I got my first job by sending his tape out. He never knew this, but I sent a tape of his show when he was on the air in Buffalo, New York, to Ashland, Ohio. They got me the job for $80 a week on Jerry Stevens' tape. And I never told him this. I taped him off the air and sent it as though it were mine. I got the job, and I got there to the station, and I asked the guy, so what'd you think of the tape? Because I never thought I'd be able to live up to it, And the guy says, I never had a chance to listen to it. I took the first warm body that was on the phone. Here's $80. And that was it. So he hired Jerry Stevens and got me.
No, but you sound really cool, though.
Thank you. I am right now a little cool. It's 20 degrees cooler inside from the air conditioning, you know.
Oh,
that's what happens.
I could dig that.
Do you know that air conditioning does not take your house down anymore, unless it's a super unit, does not take your house down any more than 20% cooler?
We have air conditioning here.
That's wrong. Wait, I want to correct that. Excuse me, baby. It doesn't take your air conditioning down, doesn't take your house down any more than 20 degrees cooler. Okay, that's correct. I wanted to pass that on to you. That's one of my trivial hints tonight. Would you like my recipe for bouillabaisse? Nothing. Never mind. I'll tell you what. If you call me here tomorrow night, I promise I won't bug you because I won't be here. Okay?
That's cool, too.
Okay, what's your name?
Curisa.
Curisa. Oh, we went through that. Why am I so bad with names? Why? Why do people say what and you know and We use all of these verbal crutches that we have.
Well, I'm sorry.
Curisa, do you speak Spanish?
Some, yes.
Yeah. Do you know what Boyo Loco means?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I just wondered.
No, but you know, some I do now.
I see. All right. Well, thank you very much, Curisa.
Okay.
And it's been a pleasure talking to me.
Yeah, talking to you, too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's the only station where they flatter you twice. It's 12 till 12. Those are the odds. And Joey for Harvey. Joey with Harvey. This is Harvey, page 3. Harvey, come on over here. You don't want to be on the air anymore. You're going to let me just wing it and do it tonight. That's all right. That's all right, man. I mean, it's your show next week again. Hi. Don't teach you to have guests. The terminal guest. Are you there?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, who's this? Frank.
Yeah.
Hi, Frank.
How are you?
You sound like you're uptight about something.
And I wanted to say a little bit about your fan club.
My fan club?
Yeah.
This is not Frank the Barber, is it?
Harvey's fan club.
Oh, Harvey's fan club. I didn't know Harvey and his fans are going to meet in a phone booth on City Line Avenue tonight at midnight. They're going to have a mass meeting.
He has a fan club. It's a good fan club.
What kind of a fan club could Harvey Holiday have? What, everybody over 60 is invited to join?
Overdated fan club.
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. How are you, Charlie?
Oh.
That's good. It's a very informal show, I know that. It's all on my lips, Charlie. Charlie.
What?
How are you?
Me?
No. This happens all the time. You know, you can't communicate with people unless they pay attention to the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go on to the next call. We'll try to get someone here. Hiya. Who's this? Who's this?
Well,
This is Johnny Cash invitation back. You can call.
Right.
You got a running gag I don't know about.
Right.
Hiya.
You forgot me.
No, I never forgot you. You called to complain.
Listening to you.
You said you didn't like the idea that I was putting some people down.
hear me?
I can hear you. You can't hear me.
Yes, I turned my radio off.
Well, what did you do? Kiss it? Huh? Well, gee, now you got to listen to me on the radio. See, I know that kills you. It puts you in extreme agony.
I don't talk on the radio.
Okay, well, your wish is my command. Hiya.
Hiya.
May she never talk on radio again. May she get kissed by a wart. Yes, who's this?
Yeah, this is another Bruce.
Hi, another Bruce.
Yeah.
Is it spelled B-R-O-O-S-E?
No. B-R-U-C.
Oh, I see.
I called to complain again.
A complaint again? I didn't hear your first complaint.
Well, my first complaint was a request
Oh.
for a record. It was almost 3 hours ago, and I haven't heard it yet.
What record did you want to hear, Bruce?
On the very hurt, Johnny and Jill, over the mountain across the sea.
You will not hear that record tonight.
Bruce, next week, first record.
Next week, Bruce, first record. Harvey promises, 7 o'clock next Sunday.
Okay.
Okay?
Hey, Bruce, thanks a lot.
Bye, Bruce. Okay. Hiya. Oh, we're not going to take any more? We are. Hiya.
Hello, this is Clarence Jackson.
Who is it?
Clarence Jackson.
How do you do, Clarence?
Delaware calling?
Ah, you sound intelligent, too. Would you please say hiya?
Hiya.
That's our official trademark. I know it sounds rather juvenile, but I am.
Oh, well, that's quite all right.
You know him real well, you can call him by his first hiya.
How's that?
Clarence.
You know him real well, you can call him by his first hiya.
Clarence is calling from Delaware, man. Cool it, Harvey.
Sorry.
He's calling from DuPont, Delaware. Wilmington, excuse me.
Well, I will say Mr. DuPont has a wonderful big ear.
Yes, I know. He now has a runway with no jets that want to land on it.
That's for sure.
Those who live in Wilmington know that all major air service has been canceled for that city because of the fuel crisis. Every Tuesday, Allegheny refuels in Elmira, whether they need it or not.
Are you there? That's about right.
Agony Airlines, where they lose a stewardess over Connecticut once a month, but they don't say anything. She reaches for the latch as she goes to the coffee machine. It said percolator on it!
That's one of the big issues in Delaware right now.
What issue is that? There's no issue in Delaware. There's no state. Delaware is a state of mind. It's income tax free. It's a write-off. It's the ideal corporate state. What else do we need to know about Delaware? They're the world's most expensive bridge.
We are the first state, but
You are the last state, not the first state.
yeah, the last one to come about with a lot of taxes.
You're the first one to come about with all of the money people. There are 500 major families controlling this government, the super rich, and they live within a 20-mile radius of Philadelphia.
Right.
Is that correct?
Right.
That's wrong. I made it up. It sounded good. For my new book, which is accompanying my new album, which is right under Harvey Holiday's Oldie album, you'll get a brand new Jerry Blavat dance plan, along with a plan how to run record stores, written by Joe Niagara. And it's a tremendous book. It's given away at all the Highland Hops in Reading. You'll have a great time. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay, I wanted to bounce off of someone. A good friend works in Wellington, Kevin Fennessy. He's also at WPEN on weekends. You know the guy?
Yeah.
Kevin's a good guy. Say hi to him for me.
You're not Hungry. Is he from Buffalo?
No, he's from Hunger. Hunger, Pennsylvania. Which is near...
You're not out of Buffalo.
Oh, no, I'm from Buffalo, which is the land of God's frozen people.
That's about right.
Yes, it is. Well, sir, thank you very much for calling. There's a black guy coming in here with half a watermelon now. And you want to do what before you go?
Before I go.
Would you bring that in here, sir? Because I don't believe that you're doing this. I mean, as black as you are, you shouldn't be carrying that watermelon around. Especially on this station, because I ain't going to bite. I can't believe that I'm still seeing that in 1974. I thought we got over all those hang-ups. What's this? Is a big sign that says OFEY. What does that mean? Oh. What's this here? Sir. Wilmington. Wilmington. Calling Tower. Wilmington Tower, come in, please. Are you there, sir? Yes, what was it you wanted to say before we hang up on you?
Yeah, I'd like to request one of your old songs.
I'm sorry, we're going to play the Four Seasons theme by Joey Reynolds.
Yeah.
Would you ask that black man to come in here, please? Ask the colored man to bring the ice water, because, if you're going to bring you're going to have a watermelon, so you may as well bring the whole treatment. I'll just rock back and forth. I'll rock my boat, think I'm on a Pullman. Come on in.
Wilson Pickett. How come I never hear the thing of him like, if you need me?
Wilson Pickett, he passed away, didn't he?
Oh, no.
I don't know. Let me see. I got to listen to the Righteous Brothers record again if I find out if he died or not for you. All right, thank you very much for calling, sir. It's been an extreme pleasure. All right, bye. We're going to take one more call here. Hiya. Is this one more call? All right, one more. Hiya. Who's that? Are you there?
Yes.
Yes, who's this?
Belinda.
Oh, Belinda, bye-bye. Hiya.
Hi.
Yes, who's this?
How you doing?
I got very bad vibes from her. Also, terrible horns.
No, I just want to say hi to you.
What's your name, baby?
Huh?
What's your name?
Nona.
Nona.
Yes.
Nona, it's a pleasure. It really it is. I suppose I'm intimidating you quite a bit because you think I'm going to pounce on you and make fun of you and take advantage of this position of mental masturbation, which I would not do.
No,
I promise you.
Bother me.
No, I promise I'll be nice. There comes the black man with the water. I don't believe you're doing this. What's your name, man? You're not holding half a watermelon on a black station. This is a soul station. You're not supposed to hold a watermelon here. Quick, play a polka. Nona? Are you there, Nona?
Yeah.
One of your people just handed me water. Tell him he loses the game. It's not the way it's played anymore. I'm supposed to hold your car door open for him.
Are you talking about my pizza?
Yeah, he's right behind me.
Oh, yeah?
He brought me. He just handed me some water.
Is it 11?
Huh?
You think I'm joking? I'm serious. I'm sorry. I think he meant to throw it at me, however. Listen, have you ever been beaten to death with a chitlin?
No. What's his name?
I don't know his name. He's a very nice man, though. He was very nice. I bought him some pizza a little earlier because I wanted him to hear from my people.
Huh?
I wanted him to hear from the Italians so we could have a cultural exchange. Thank you, Nona. Can we play a record for you?
Yeah.
Because there's another guy coming on at 12, and he probably plays some music.
Okay, tell me play Poor Boy.
What's his name? Do you know his name, Nona?
No.
We'll give you a chance to guess the jock, and later on we'll shoot him. Brand new contest.
That's all right.
Are you wearing your WABC $25,000 button?
Oh, yeah?
You don't know what that is, do you?
No.
No. Okay, well, I'm glad you're not into that. Nona, keep listening to WDAS-FM because it's where it's at.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, baby. Bye-bye. You want to do one more here? You don't want to do one more. We're going to play the Four Seasons record. Yeah, because
It's too early yet. How long is it?
Oh, I don't know how long it is.
Let's play this, then we'll come back and sign off.
What do you want to play, another oldie before we leave?
Well, I got to play one more oldie.
Here's the Temptations wearing their fig leaves, doing their newest hit. Well, it's one of the oldies. Called, Harvey, you got to say something about these records. I never saw them before. I don't even know what a thing about. What's a record with a big hole in it? I never saw it.
We just played.
All right, this is the Temptations and The Love That You Lost While I Was Gone. Or The War Is Annoying Us, Let Saigons Be Saigons. How can I miss you when you won't go when we play the record? I'm sorry, I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you, sir.
Forget him.
Oh.
Hello?
I'm having our calls edited. Hiya.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Who's this?
Nona again.
Nona again. Yes, Nona.
Huh?
Yes, Nona. Can we help you?
Yeah. Can you play Milky Robinson, poor boy?
Brother William's going to play that in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Brother William, I'm sitting on him right now, man. You know, he's anxious. He wants to go on the air. And I got him. He's from South Street. He's one of the Orlons, you know. One of the synthetics. And now he's one of the nylons. Okay, that's synthetic also. I just thought I'd throw that in. I mean, you're not following the show, are you?
Yeah.
You just want to hear your favorite music. But I agree with you, because music is the current social message carrier. And you're right. You should listen to music to find out what's going on in the world. And I was thinking of maybe singing between every record. To get your attention, yeah. Or maybe just coming in with my own rhythm tracks. It's midnight exactly. I'm going to turn into a bar.
No joke.
No joke. I'm very serious, Nona. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, I should update my act. I'm not going to turn into a bar.
Take a break and take your thing.
I'm going to turn into a number. All right, let me see now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is WDAS-FM. WDAS-FM.
Hello.
Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Bummer Parade is going to be held tomorrow. This is the once-a-year event that is usually held on New Year's. That's the Mummer Parade. This is the Bummer Parade. The Mummer Parade is it's a chance for bowlers over 30 to go around town and drag. And it was canceled this last New Year's because Our Lady of Furco String School Ensemble was busy fanning Mayor Rizzo, who goes to the Virgin Islands next week. They're going to have There Goes That Party, the Democrats. And did I get all the political puns in yet so far? 2 for their people, 1 for mine. South Street is going to be divided. And that in itself is a funny line, let's face it. You know, I wish that we could get rid of all the slums in Philly so I could have something nice to drive to on my way to the station. That's the only reason. It's very selfish. But I'm going to play my theme, which was recorded in 1965 by the Four Seasons. I did a station break. I did it twice. They know where they're at. Now they want to know why they're here. All right, so now this is the Four Seasons doing my theme song. It was recorded with 90-piece orchestra in London. Don't be impressed. The reason it was recorded in England is because it costs less to do it there. Because the government subsidizes the musicians. They pay for them. In this country, a guy's a musician, man, he got to blow some dope and work. But in London, you don't have to work. Government pays for it. So this is the Four Seasons singing the Joey Reynolds theme song, which provided the impetus for the Big Girls Don't Cry hit by the Four Seasons. Where is that in there? Where? All of it. Donated to play the Joey Reynolds theme song by Brother William, the Black Seal. Two seals out of here, Bill. Hey, seals. Messing up the Philadelphia Choir now. Sullivan said. Holiday's boss was called and canceled the show. He was out on a 5-hour drunk and he realized that I was on the air. I want to thank everybody in New Jersey for making it possible. All my soul brothers and sisters who are listening. Quiet as it's kept. This ain't no jive, man. You can hit me upside the head with the ratings. Now, Brother William, get off your knees. We'll let you have the show. Get up, Bill. Well, they said years ago when I was in school that the Reds were going to get us, and we had to be careful because communism would strike. And here we are in 1974. A lot of people are taking drugs. They're taking whites to bring you up, allegedly, reds to bring you down. They got a blue one that takes you across. And the Reds are getting us. Little do we know they're into pills.
We've been waiting for so long, waiting to play for you some of our songs. We've been waiting for so long, we want to play for you some of our songs. I bet you $5 Listen to station is the name of our group. WDAS is what we listen to. So they go back to their play and sing. We really do love you right.
That's the way they used to sing on the streets in New York City, especially in Philadelphia, too, you know, about 15 years ago. And that's what was the beginning of the Philadelphia sound. Is that correct, Brother William?
I would agree, yes.
I've been accused of taking over Harvey's show, and I wanted to get even. Because Harvey's got 5 hours next week to retort. And Brother William, first of all, I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that you don't know me. You'll never see me again, maybe. But I came by here to be on the air with Harvey, to plug my album and his, not in that order. And I've been working on a comedy album, and I've been doing one-nighters across America on various radio stations in that effort, and also mostly with friends. I've not been doing this strictly for commercial purposes, so I must explain that in honesty. And I met Brother William when he walked through the door. I got to pass this on to you. This is the reason I stopped the entire station, because I'm an outsider and I can come in and be objective. But Brother William is a handsome dude. And a lot of times people don't sound like they look, and vice versa. You can talk to somebody on the telephone, and you meet the person in person. That's the old telephone operator trick. Being a jock, you get a call from this gorgeous, voluptuous broad who says, I'm Swedish, you know, and she turns out to be a smorgasbord, and you make plans to meet her in 3 hours after you get off the air, or else you float the entire Harry Belafonte concert, which goes 2.5 hours. You play that album, and you go out and meet this broad, and on Broad Street, so you can get away with saying that in Philadelphia, because we have a street named after them. So you go down and you meet this chick, and you look out, and she's a 400-pound hippo who lied. And so she doesn't look like she sounds, see? And she sounds great on the phone. Well, Brother Bill is a guy who sounds awful on the air. But you got to see him. He's a visual act. They got to move a camera and you get rid of the mic. I just wanted to say that, Brother William, so that forever you know that, man.
Thank you, man.
All right. Now we can get on with it. What do I press here? Besides my bell button.
Number 2.
This one. They're going to play number 2. Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming.
Harvey.
And I want to thank my audience for having the sense of unity I knew they would and getting into the swing of things.
God bless you.
That's it.
Good. Thank you. Let's have beer, brother, and get them off full of rain. And I'm going to play, what, I play number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Here comes number 2, Brother William.
Bad Team WDAS-FM Philadelphia, where you'll hear Marvin Gaye, Roberto Flies the Kate, Nina Simone, CDT, Aretha Franklin, the Isley Brothers, Leon Thomas, the Staple Singers, Roar, Mangio Bohannon, Scott Heron, Mandel, more. Music for the people.